a few hundred kilometers far from my house.
Okay, very good. So how was that? Tell me. What good experience? Did you like it? So what, how's the weather? So tell me.
Mm, I thought that we have stuck in a traffic jam 3 hours.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
it
3 hours?
was,
Got stuck in
yes,
traffic jam? Oh.
yes,
Oh,
maybe yes.
it should be really annoying. It should have been really annoying, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So how's the weather?
Mm, I remember that the last day it was rainy, but during the vacation it was sunny and hot.
Yeah, it was sunny and hot. Okay, so let me ask you, do you like sunny or rainy weather? So which one?
I would like not rainy or not sunny. I just like the cold weather.
Huh? Cold weather, not rain. So what it means? So snow, you mean?
No, maybe like neutral.
Okay, so natural. So let's learn some phrases. What do you think about learning some phrases about the weather? So how to talk about weather, because it's really, you
Yes.
know that it's really common topic, especially now speaking. So, okay, just wait a moment. I need to share my screen. Well, okay. That is this one. Now you can see the board. Okay. Well, okay, talking about weather. So you said, first of all, you said that it was hot. Yeah, of course, sunny and hot. So what else? How can we say that the weather is hot? So you can say the first one, scorching,
Scotch.
extremely hot, very hot. But we say it's boiling or it's baking hot. So, especially baking hot. Boiling or baking hot, these two words, these two adjectives can be used
Yes.
for extremely hot. Okay. Well, this is about the first one. And you said that, I like cold weather, but we have different words to say cold. Not only cold. So from maybe the coldest to the least cold. For example, when it's really cold, very cold, we say it's freezing. So it's
Free.
freezing means very cold. You know what freezing cold. One actually may be lower. So not freezing, but extremely cold. It can be bitterly cold. Okay. Then you can say cold. And after that, of course, you can, for example, quite chilly.
Sure.
And then cool. Yeah, then cool. Okay, so there are actually the words that you can use instead of saying it's cold, but you need to pay attention. Okay. And you need to pay attention to how to use them. For example, when you say cold, okay, so it's not freezing, just cold. But the weather that you mean is not cold, not hot.
Yes.
So not cold nor hot is mild. Oh, what's happening here? Yeah. Okay. So not cold or not cold or not hot. So it's something like it's mild weather. Okay. Well, so this is about hot and cold weather. Now, let's talk about cloudy weather. So when it's cloudy, it's not bright. Okay, how to say that it's cloudy? The first word that you know, it's cloudy. So it's really easy, you know. And after that, so another one, overcast. If you don't want to say cloudy, you can say overcast. Overcast
Overcast.
means, yeah, cloudy. Yeah. And then, of course, you can say gloomy. This one is really a good one. Gloomy means not bright and cold. It's really cold and it's not bright. You know, something like there is no sun in the sky. It's not bright. So it's gloomy. And of course, you can see foggy, misty, and moggy. Moggy. Okay. Do you have any idea about the meaning of this one? Moggy weather.
Muggy.
Instead of saying hot and humid, you can say it's moggy.
What is humid, teacher?
Wet.
Oh.
Humid. Wet. Okay, so hot and humid, that is moggy. Okay, you can say. And of course, humid, as I told you, wet, humid. Okay, you can say something like, now let's talk about them one by one. So let me ask you my first question, speaking part one. What
Yeah.
is the weather like in your country?
My country's at the moment is scorching, but sometimes it's had it has a rain. Yes, sometimes.
It's rain. It has rain. So, well, because we have different types of rain. So it has rain, a lot of rain.
Yeah,
It's a lot of rain or no.
maybe once or twice a week.
So you can say it's always, so just let me say something about rain. You can use it in present continuous or present simple form. So you can say it always rains or it's always raining. So it's your choice how to use it. Or you can say we get a lot of rain in my country, in my city. We get a lot of rain. Or we frequently, for example, have showers
Of
in
shower.
my city, for example. Okay? So
Yes.
about shower, you know that it's a short period of rain. So sudden and short period. For example, there is no maybe sun, everything is okay, sky is sunny, no clouds, something like this. So you don't expect for rain. But suddenly start raining and you know, it's something like for a short period of time. So we say it's shower, it's showering, okay?
Yeah.
So you can say it always rains or most of the time it rains, but okay, what type? If it's pouring, if it's shower, if it's drizzle, so drizzling, so they're different. What type of rain you mean? Drizzle means light rain. Pour
Like
means, yeah, heavy rain. Heavy rain with large drops and a lot of force. Heavy rain with large drops and a lot of force. It's pouring. So for example, you can say it's normally pouring in my city, okay, or drizzling. So you can say something like this, okay? Well, now let's
but
make,
teacher.
yes, yes, yes.
Um, the word scorching have the same level of hot with boiling and baking hot.
Of course, extremely hot.
Yeah.
Scorching, boiling, baking hot, they mean extremely hot. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Well, and hot means very warm, of course. Okay, well, so you can say, actually, the weather in my country, so you can say that is predictable or unpredictable, so you can predict, because we have a dry and, for example, a rain season. So normally we have sunny, scorching hot weather, or pouring rain, or for example, or sometimes showering. So you can say something like this, okay? Well, my second question, do you like the weather in your country?
Um, well, I would say that mm, rain is like I would say that rain prevent me from doing a lot of activities in my free time, like such as playing basketball or doing exercise. And moreover, that is also like um, get me to cancel a lot of appointment with my friend to a cafe. So I would say that um, I don't like rain very much.
Yeah, of course. So you can say yes and no. Yes and no. Why? Because you get frustrated when
Right.
you have so many rainy days. So it's about rain because you don't like it. But you know, sometimes, of course, when you have some glorious weather, you can say this one, you can use this word. Okay, let me write. Glorious weather means perfect, great weather. Very good. Yeah, great weather. So it's really good. And when, for example, sun comes out and there is not a cloud in the sky. So of course you love it because you can do some outdoor activities. So you can say that, you know, sunny days or sunny weather, maybe hot weather, provides me with some outdoor activities. So I have the chance to do more outdoor activities such as basketball or, for example, like hanging out with friends or something like this. Provide you with something, you can say. So that you can say in sunny days, I couldn't be happier, you know, because it makes me really happy. Okay. But about you know, rainy day, no, you're not a big fan of rain. It's something like you are, it's not your thing. You don't like it. Okay, well, is the weather the same in all parts of your country? Like for example, south and north and like east and west. Is the weather the same?
I think that mm, mm,
Just say yes and no, then I can help you to make your
it,
answer. Just yes or no.
yes, I think it is the same.
So it's same. So there is no difference in different areas.
Yes, maybe.
Okay, so we can say, you can say yes. It can be considered yeah, like you know the same. Maybe uh, there aren't or there isn't. There aren't any quite marked regional differences. So you can say something like this. Let me write it here. When you want to say no, there is no. So you can say there aren't for example, marked regional differences. So something like this. No, there isn't. It means, you know, it's the same in different regions. Okay, then you need to do an example. Like, for example, I live in South, I live in North, for example, and the weather where it's really cold, or for example, it's hot, it's mild. Okay, but in and for example, we can also have the same weather, okay, in for example, North or South or something. So then you need to do an example, okay, to say why you say no or why you say yes. Okay, well, for example, you can say it's normally cold or mild or cool in winter, and we don't get snow,
Yes.
okay, anywhere. But you know, we have actually, we can say sometimes we have heat waves. We experience heat waves, okay, in some, especially in some maybe month or maybe in seasons, okay, in hot season, summer, for example, in the summer. And heat wave actually is a period of extremely hot weather,
Yes.
maybe for 2 or 3 days or maybe 1 week. Hot weather, okay, so this is about this one. Well, so you can say, no, there aren't any marked regional differences. So I live in north or south or east or west, where it's, for example, mild or cool or cold or hot. Okay. And you can do some other example from different regions and just this. It's really easy to actually answer this question. If you want to say there are differences, you can say, yeah, there are some quite marked regional differences. Yeah, there are some quite marked regional differences. For example, I live here where it's hot. But however, for example, in the north of Vietnam, okay, the weather is cold and something like this. Okay,
Yeah.
well, and now let me ask another question about seasons. Of course, I want to ask you about. Uh, Tell me, what is the best season to travel? And so just answer this question. After that, I will ask another. So maybe which season do you like the most, and which season actually do you travel a lot?
I think that first I would say about my favorite season. I think it derives from my personality of like of enjoying playing sport. So I would say that summer is the best some like season for me to work out on practice playing a lot of kinds of sports such as swimming, playing football, and playing basketball. And about season that I would like to travel a lot, when it pops into my mind, I would say that um, summer is also a season that uh, that's most of the people now they choose or decide to go on a holiday because there are a lot of activities for kids, for adults, yes, to do on summer, such as go hiking, climb a mountains, or go on a beach. Yes.
Yeah, of course, very good. Well, so you think that. So first of all, you answered and you talked about actually the reason, the purpose that you why you like summer. Okay, so of course you can say that's a good question because you can answer this one is it's just, you know, I ask you about the, I think maybe the question was not included, you know, completely included in the answer, you know. So yeah, it was really good. For example, yeah, you love summer, spring, or for example, because it, as I told you, it gives you chance to, I don't know, do some outdoor activities. So but there is a point here because, you know, if the examiner asks you another question that I ask you, the same as question that I asked you before, and you answer, you make the same answer, and after that you repeat it again, it doesn't work, and you will lose score. So that's really important how to make this one. Okay, so you can
Teacher,
say yes.
I didn't get what you mean.
Let me say, because you know, I asked you
Yes.
another question, and you talked about outdoor activities. And now I ask you another question about season, and again you repeated the same
Yes.
answer. I want to say this. Okay, you can say that, for example, in the summer, I would go for summer. When it comes to favorite season, I would go for summer. And you know, actually, in the summer, you get to see the sunny beaches. It's something like this. And you can enjoy the different, actually, you know, something like patterns of flowers and of course different fruits and something like this. So, and you can see more nightlife. So for example, people normally go out, hang out, or for example, they can hit the bars or pubs to drink and eat something. Okay, you can say something like this. I want you to change your answer. Avoid repeating the same words and phrases. Okay, that's
Yes.
really important not to repeat them again and again. So
Teacher,
yeah.
oh, it's like might is not cold or not hot can be, is has the same meaning with neutral.
We don't have natural weather, you know. If you mean neutral, we don't use it for weather. So
Oh,
not hot nor cold. It means actually it's good one. Mild, cool
but
one. It's a good one. Yeah.
but neutral, like
Neutral.
when yes, when do we use it?
Okay, so let me say, for example, when you want to say that something is neutral, it means there is no positive or negative actually effect, or maybe no opinion. For example, when you have neutral, you are actually, you're not neutral, you don't have any opinion, not positive, not negative. Okay, so it's something like this. Neutral is an adjective that we don't use it for weather. For example, I think if there is an arrangement between my daughter and, for example, I don't know, my husband, it's really important to me, okay, that I remain neutral. No opinion. Here is neutral, okay? So this is the meaning of neutral. It means no opinion, like this, okay? And we normally use it for people, for example, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can have, and for example, you can adopt a neutral position and remain neutral, not positive, not negative. Okay. Well, and not, if I want to give you a good synonym, we can say unbiased.
Unbiased.
Yeah, you know, biased, you know that? A person who actually maybe has strong something like belief about something, like, for example, negative or positive opinion about something. For example, I love this, for example, soccer team. So I'm biased, like, you know, I think whatever they do, it's great. But so I'm unbiased means no, I'm neutral, not good, not bad, nothing. So just
But
neutral.
uh,
Okay.
is it a adverb?
No, it's adjective.
But
It's
you have
adjective.
but you have just say a question, a sentence like, I love this football team unbiased.
Okay, so it's unbiased. I said that it's unbiased. So no, it's definitely biased. Unbiased is both of them
And
are adjectives. It means free. Unbiased means free from bias. Okay, so it's something like fair. You know, almost fair. Okay, unbiased. So this is about, yeah, this. For example, try to have unbiased opinion about something. So it's something like maybe equal values. Okay, so
yeah,
with, yeah, adjective.
thank you,
Okay,
teacher.
you're welcome. Well, so let me ask you about dry and wet weather. So of course you told me that you don't like rain, but don't you think that rain is relaxing, especially the sound of rain is like relaxing, like therapeutic, especially when rain battering down hits through and something like hits somewhere and you can hear the sound. So what do you think?
The word that described it.
Yeah. Let me write two words here, then you can explain. Okay, so first of all, when something, because you may use this word adjectives, because this one is adjective, let me write. Therapeutic. It's like therapy. It's like something like relaxing. Relaxing, like a therapy. And when rain battering down, it means to hit the surface, to hit the surface so that you can hear the sounds, like with force, so that you can hear the sound. It's battering. So when rain battering down, it's relaxing. It's almost something like therapeutic. So what do you think?
Friend bettering.
Yeah. When you listen to the rain battering down, and you can listen, you can hear the sound of it. It's like relaxing, almost therapeutic.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, now tell me, do you prefer dry or wet weather?
Mm, I think, speaking personally, I would say that I love to I I love to hear the rain patter down. Well, which bring me a therapeutic feeling during no after after a long period of hard working time. Um, mm, mm,
So, yeah, you want to say that. It depends. Let me change your answer. So you want to say that it depends, on, for example, you prefer to be out in dry season, of course, in dry weather. So you prefer to be out in dry weather. That, you think, of course, most of people do. They go out, they hang out when it's actually, I don't know, hot and sunny. sunny, we can say. But you can at the same time say, although I really like being inside, being inside, so I can listen, not hear, so I can listen to the rain battering down. It's relaxing. It's almost therapeutic. And it, as you can see, I wrote, it has a positive emotional impact on me
Yeah.
this way.
Teacher, I,
Yeah,
I, I ask another question. Can I try again?
of course, yes.
Mm, as a person who would like to keep fit a lot, I would say that I'm a big fan of dry weather, where which I can do a lot of outdoor activities. Um, what more? I like I can um, go on the vacation and explore something new that I didn't see on TV or on didn't hear on the newspaper. About um, about this, we frequently have showers in my city, so I need to get used to this weather. And um, I think that uh, I am also keen on listen to the rain better down, and it has a positive emotional impact on me.
Good job. Very good. So very good. Just some points. So the first one, keen on listening. You know that just pay attention to
Yeah.
the tip. And you said I can serve and explore places that I didn't see. I didn't, for example, watch on TV, or I didn't, for example, hear. Just I haven't. When you say didn't, you mean a specific time in the past. When you say haven't, it's something like actually period of time, maybe since past to present. So it just I haven't. So I haven't heard about, or I haven't, for example, watched on TV. Okay, so I can explore some new places, explore and discover some new places that I haven't watched on TV, I haven't heard about. So something like this. Although I really like actually, being inside, and, I'm keen on listening to the rain battering down. So because it has positive emotional impact on me. Yeah, that was really good. Okay. And do you remember I told you about the sporty type? Do you remember? You can also say, because I'm a sporty type. Do you
Yeah,
remember?
yeah.
Yeah, of course. Why not? You can use this. So you can, I like to be fit, so we can say this one. Okay, well, and now let me ask another question. Okay, are there any problems with the climate in your country?
Yes, could you repeat again?
Of course, are there any problems with the climate in your country? Maybe rain, flood,
Yeah, yes.
storm.
I think that nowadays the world has changed a lot due to the global warming. So, um, and I also heard from the news that our country, Vietnam, has been in influenced most heavily in this problem. And of course our climate change, and it's hotter and hotter over years. And now I uh, I believe that the weather is the worst in the history of our country.
Yeah, of course, very good. So, you mean you certainly seem to have experienced more violent, maybe weather like storm, like rain, some maybe torrential rain, maybe torrential.
What does it mean, teacher?
I say heavy rain with a lot of rain. So in recent years, especially, and maybe this has caused serious flooding. You know, when you have lots of rain, maybe this has caused serious flooding in some places, of course, okay? Then you can do an example, and people say global warming, you know, so global warming is to blame. So I think, or people say, people believe global warming is to blame. So you can say something like this.
Is to blame. What does it mean, teacher?
It means when someone or something is to blame of something, it means responsible, the reason, the cause. So why this happens? Because of global warming. For example, if you are blamed for something, it means you are responsible. You are the cause.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so you can say something like this. So you have here, you can use present perfect. That is really good. Present perfect passive. That's really good. Okay. So you can use something like this. Well, and does the weather ever affect the way you feel? It means your mood. Does the weather ever affect your mood or the way you feel?
Um, what? I didn't get the question, teacher.
Ah, for example, some people believe that the weather actually affects our mood. For example, in sunny days we are happy, rainy days we feel blue, like depressed, like sad a bit. So I want to know your opinion. Does the weather ever affect the way you feel?
Mm, yes, of course. For me, like, I would say that yes, weather is play a vital role in my in my daily life because when I feel or I'm in mood playing basketball, then such a heavy rain happened, and then I can't go play the sport anymore. So like you just imagine that I'm in awesome mood. I would like to play sport very much, but then I have to cancel due to the bad weather.
Yeah,
And
of course.
yes, my mood is my mood will go down a lot.
Yeah, of course. Okay, well, okay, so let's make it a bit better. So first of all, as I realized you hate, first of all, you hate or you don't like to maybe to be caught in the rain and to be wet, soaking wet, extremely wet. Let me show you. I think I had a good one. Okay, yeah. There are millions of photos here. Ah, this one.
Yes,
Look, soaking wet, totally wet, especially your clothes. So my clothes become soaking wet. I am soaking wet. I am caught in the rain. It means to get stuck in the rain. Don't like it.
yes,
Okay, well, and as you want to answer this question, you say most definitely. Yes, of course, most definitely. For example, I feel so much cheerful and, something like full of energy when it's sunny and, whatever season it is, like, it can be maybe spring, maybe summer. So no worry, no matter. Even a break in the weather, just I will explain the meaning of them. Even a break in the weather on an overcast day lifts my spirits. So let me write this one here. So even a break in the weather on an overcast, as I told you, cloudy, overcast day lifts my spirits. First of all, the meaning of break in the weather. Okay, so can you guess the meaning of this? To
Break.
change, to break, to change from unpleasant to more pleasant weather. So, to change from unpleasant to more pleasant weather. So it means it's cloudy. Of course, even small change, just, a little one, okay? Now, when it's cloudy, overcast, lifts my spirit. Okay, about this one, it means to make me happier. To make me
Yes.
happier. Yeah. Okay. This one. Well, now we're gonna have a part two. Let's move on to part two. That's really important. I will write a cue card on the board, then you have time to think about it, and then we will make the answer together, okay? So
Yes.
first of all, let me write.
Mm,
Describe your favorite season. You should say, wow.
Yes, I'm finished.
Okay. Well,
Today
so
I would like to tell you about my favorite season like to that I like a lot. Mm, this is winter, and it happens in 3 months period between the September to the December, at the end of the years. And during the winter, the weather is very cold, and I would say that it it can be freezing, and sometimes there are some cold snowy rains, so maybe I can be soaking wet with that snowy rain. And uh, in winter, I most of my activity just I think enjoy the landscapes of like of some countries that uh, they are like mm, there are snow in the winter with a cup of hot coffee, and I will also try new sports like snowboarding, skiing because I haven't tried this before. And it is one of my the winter is one of my cup of tea because I think this season is very special for me and for my country because in my country in the winter there aren't any snow, and it is also the first time that I have seen the snow in my life. Yes.
okay. Well, so from the beginning. Okay. So first of all, when you want to answer the question, don't say today I'm gonna. No, it's not good one for IELTS because it actually seems you are giving a lecture. You are actually making a response for an IELTS question, so don't say. Just, for example, if I were you, I would say, that's really difficult as I like things about every season. It means, every season has its own maybe beauty, okay? But if I had to choose one, I guess I would go for winter. So I'm using second conditional. So
Yes.
we can say that's really difficult as I like things about every season. So this is the first one. But if I had to choose one, I'd go for winter. And about the month, okay, so you can say that it covers the month of, okay, for example, okay, September to December, December, okay, so January, okay, like this, for example, to this one. In my country, for example. Okay.
Yes.
Well, so this is the first part, what the season is and when it occurs. Now, what the weather is like during the season, and for example, what your typical activities are during the season. For example, you can begin the second part with this. actually, I spend the colorful fall month looking forward to the first sign of winter. So I spend the colorful maybe days and month of fall, or fall, for example, cold winter or something, of fall, looking forward to the first sign of winter. Okay, so you can say something like this. And there is no rain in my country, so maybe it's the only chance that I can see snow or snowflakes in my country. So you can say something like this about winter. And after that, okay, so you can say that, for example, if the weather, gradually gets colder week by week, okay, so that actually you need to get used to maybe wearing warm clothes because it's freezing at the end of, for example, like, I don't know, for example, January, for example, September, for example. It depends on your country, of course. I don't know the period of winter in your country. Well, so you can say something like this. And so what to do? So what people do when it's cold, I want to know. So look, what activities, your typical maybe activities. So you can talk about people. So what do they do? If they stay inside, if do something outside. So what to, because I didn't get anything related to this part. Okay, so you can say that, I don't know, some people maybe in dark winter month, okay, so you can spend actually time watching TV with family, with, for example, relationships, so some indoor activities with family or friends, or I don't know, hit the bars and pubs to drink something warm or to eat some, for example, food, to chit chat with friends. So it's a good chance to get together with family and friends and do some indoor activities together. So this one, okay. And why is your favorite season? Now you can give your actually reason that, okay, because that's not cup of my tea. Definitely wrong when you're talking about season. So this is your favorite month. This is your favorite season. The season that you like the most. It's okay. But cup of my tea, it's about activity, about something else. Okay. So not about winter or season. Okay.
Yes.
Well, and now, do you have any questions related to this part?
I think it's very clear now. Yes.
Okay, very good. Well,
But teacher,
and
can I
yeah, of
have
course.
time to take off?
Of course, yes. As the temperature falls. So you can say, for example, as the falls, you can say people definitely get less active.
Temperature falls. What is mean, teacher?
Temperature falls, decrease, falls, like, the opposite of increase or rise.
It's like it's colder.
to become cooler,
Yeah.
chilling, cooling, falling temperature. So it makes people less active, so that they'd rather stay home
Yes.
and do some indoor activities.
Yeah. I'm finished.
Well, okay, now let's move on to the actually part 3 of speaking. Okay, well, and my first question. So, do you think people who live in cold places have different personalities to people who live in warm or hot places?
Yes. Obviously, I would say yes because there are marked differences. No, no, there's a lot of marked differences between the two kinds of people. As the people who live like in snowy areas, they they have to like get used to the cold weather and they need to wear a lot of clothes all the time during the day.
Person
And they are, yes,
personality, character. It's about character. You need to talk about character, people's character.
oh, can I
Maybe you've
start
never
again?
maybe you've never thought about it. It's new one. It's because of this I ask you this question, because you may never thought about it. So let me help you. Yeah, of course. Actually, that's something that I've never considered. But now I come to think of it, and I'm sure, they do, of course. They do have different personalities. From my experience, let me say something about my experience. So I can say from my experience, so people living in cold countries are, fairly reserved and quite serious. So they are, something like fairly almost reserved and I think quite serious, not funny, like
Yeah.
serious. So people living in cold countries, people living in cold countries. So this one. And those living, those living in hot climates. Because I actually saw, on the other hand, actually opposite point, on the other hand, are more outgoing, friendly, welcoming, and for example, and full of life. Okay, so this is about the second. And about people, okay, who live in actually the most humid, wet regions. Actually, that is, this people who live in hot countries, okay, so something like hot climates, okay. So that's apart from the most actually humid regions. Okay, so why? Where it's so hot and sticky. It's so hot and sticky, I think. That, actually people, for example, in this actually, that people just want to sit, that people just want to sit around and do nothing all day. So
Yes.
I mentioned three different climates. So the first one cold, the second one hot, and the last one humid. So I did some examples about people who live in these three maybe regions actually, and for example, how they're different from each other. So something like this. Of course, you can use another adjective. There are some samples. For example, yeah, when people live in cold, I don't know, there's something like strict, like, I don't know, tough, serious. You can say something like this.
Yes.
You know, and sticky, you know, when the weather's sticky, humid and sticky, actually people just stick and they don't want to move. Just you know, sit somewhere and do nothing. Well,
Sit out, sit around.
yeah, of course. Yeah.
But teacher,
Yes.
why you use here is that's apart from I didn't get it.
Because I mentioned, because before it, I mentioned hot climate, people who live in hot countries who are really friendly, welcoming, full of life, they're active. But that's apart from actually humid regions that people are not active. Just they want to
Ah,
sit, you know, because of this I said. You know, it's something I made a comparison. So it's something like sit around, just spend time sitting down and doing very little activities because of this.
yes. But can I have time to take note?
Of course, yes.
Yes. Okay, teacher. Continue.
Okay, well, so do you have any questions, any issues related to the sport, something that you want to ask me?
I think this lesson is very clear now.
Okay, very good. Okay, well, just there are a few more questions that we'll need to discuss, but there is no more time to discuss them now. So actually, we will talk about them later, next session. So I will give you more alternatives about part three, especially, and maybe one more about part two. And just, you know, there's some more idioms that you can use and some actually phrases that you need to learn. Just next session, we'll discuss them again. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. Well, so that's it. Time is over and time to go. Thank you. And have a great night.
Goodbye, teacher. Have a
Goodbye.
nice week.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye, teacher.